Hi everybody, welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev, Tuesdays to be continued, and to my YouTube subscribers who are watching the replay on YouTube, welcome, and thank you for following me and subscribing. I see Karen Kirshner and some others, but I don't see your names yet, so if I don't say hi, it's just because your name didn't pop up. We have 1 minute before I'll get started. So I hope you're having a great day. Hi, Debbie. It's beautiful outside today. So nice. I'm going to go grocery shopping after my live, but boy, is it a day to sit out back. Oh, wish I could. Maybe later, but later it'll probably get cold. So I hope you're all having a good day, doing something fun or relaxing. Good, Karen. I'm glad you're having a great day. Oh, something on the floor here. I just saw that up. Hey, Janet. All right, it's 2 o'clock. Let's get started. So I decided to continue on with the rain boots set, but to incorporate some more items with that will work really, really well. And I totally fell in love with that too. Hi, Debbie Monterio. How are you? Good, relaxing. I love to hear that. That's wonderful. So I hope you like it too. Now this altogether suite I have had for quite a while, ever since I could order it. But I have so much that I didn't have a chance to use it yet. So it is available to order now, but I'll talk to you about that when I turn you down to my desk. All right, let's turn down right now and get started. Oh, good, Debbie. I'm glad you're enjoying your day also. Hi, Donna. Hi, Carol. Hi, Sharon. Hi there, Sharon. Sharon, I haven't not been seeing, I've seen your name after when I watched the replay, but I hadn't been seeing you in real time, so I'm glad I caught you this time. Glad you're here. Hi, Jermaine. All right, it's March. Holy cow. There's a new host code for you and my link to my shop and my email if you need to contact me and my YouTube channel. All right, let's see who the winners are. That's the fun part, right? So because February's over, I'm now ready to give away the February prize and to tell you what the March prize is. So February's prize are the Stripes and Splatters embossing folders that I love. And let's see, I put some Scotch tape on here so I wouldn't lose her name. Roseanne Ramos. Roseanne, I'm going to go grocery shopping in a little bit. When I do, I will drop this off to you. She happens to live in my town and on the way to the store, so I will be dropping that off. And then the winner of the card that I made on Sunday, which everybody seemed to like a lot. I call it Rain or Shine, is Connie Clavert. So Connie, if you see that you have won, all you have to do is send me a private message with your address, and I would be happy to mail this to you. But I need to hear from you by Sunday. Okay? All right. So, hi, Terry. So off to my left, you're going to see the new blends that are available with the All Together collection, they're calling it, which was available beginning in February. Hi, Beverly. Welcome. Welcome, cousin. And it runs through May. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful collection, especially during these times. It's a I'm going to call it very kind collection. And it also has included in there, you sold separately though also, hi Cookie, are some flesh tone blends. You know how all of us crafters have always had a hard time with hi Annie, coloring in hands and faces and legs and those types of things. Well, now we have the blends that will do that. And you can find them in this collection here, like I said, or sold separately. So here are the blends. So there is their code number right there. For all of them, the price, or $9 for a combo pack. Now, these are not named like our other ones have the colors of our regular colors, like our stamp pads and things. These have numbers. So we're going to start with the darkest, and that's 100. I just dropped one. And they go a different tone, 200, all the way down to 1,000. The lightest one is 1,000. So you can blend them to make a combination of skin tones, or you can use them individually. I was looking today, and some are currently unavailable. Yeah, a lot of things are. I was placing an order today, and some of the things I wanted was not available. I know the rain boot set is not available right now. But that I know will come back because they make them there in Utah. So, okay, so here is the bundle. Here together is the stamp set, and then the dies that coordinate. Look how great these are. Here for you, and you matter. A lot of people need to hear that all of the time. My little grandson, Morgan, he always does this to tell us that he loves something. So I especially love this image here. And then this here with your pinkies together. And this heart is extremely useful, and I'm going to use that heart today. And then there is a really nice black and white all-together designer series paper, and I will work with that today too. Okay, so that's what I'm combining with the flowering rain boots, the rain boot dies, and if you need the bundle number, there it is for the, hi Olive, welcome back. There's the bundle number for the rain boots and the dies. And then the here together, that's the number for the stamp set. That's the number for the dies. And then that's the number for the bundle. Thank you for sprinkling, Annie. Now this paper. Why do we get so tickled pink with black and white paper? Well, it's classic, one thing. And this is a 6x6. But you can color in right on this paper. And there are 4 or 6, 4 I think, of each design. And they're double-sided. Hi, sweet cousin, needed to relax. What better way than to sit back and enjoy you and your mark? Oh, thank you, Beverly. How sweet. So this is the paper that I'm going to use today. I really, really like it. I love the spots on the back side also. And I won't go through them all real like that slowly, but I will fan through them so you can see the different designs, front and back. Of course, one of my favorites, the polka dots, so cute. All right, so there's the paper. All together DSP right there. All right, so let me put everything in an organized manner somewhat. Okay, what we need our cardstock for our card base, and this is just the basic white, and it's 4 1/4 by 11. I thought it was wrong there for a minute. And I'm just going to fold that in half, which is 5 1/2 if you're using your scoring tool. And I'm going to use my bone folder to burnish that. And then I'm going to wing it back so I have a really nice seam to work with. Now I'm going to take the front of my card and I'm going to fold this up to meet the score line I just made. So I'm folding the front of the card in half again, burnishing just like I did a minute ago. And I'm going to have this style of a card. So it will open like this. Okay. Then I need another layer piece, which is 4 by 5 1/4 is what the layer piece is. Put these back where I cut out a bunch of them and have them ready for me in my little box. So there's that. And then we're going to need that some basic black scrap for our die, some real red for the heart die, and then why do I have white? Oh, to stamp the, I'm going to use the watering can today, stamp and cut out the watering can, okay? Then I said we need some of the DSP. Now see how it is normally, and see what I did. Is that not Mary Englebright? First thing I thought of, Mary Englebright, when I saw this paper, and I love Mary Englebright, so I wanted to color some of the flowers, not a whole bunch of them, that would be a task, but about 4 rows, and I used my blends. Speaking of blends, oops, not that side, and just colored away like this. I did all the red first. I just left a couple of them to show you how I did it. And then the leaves, I kind of just did a Y, so just like you're writing a Y, and then get those colored in. And you don't really have to worry about staying in the lines or anything. Hi, Bonnie. Because the paper's background is black. Oh, you do too, Annie? Oh, I just love her, Mary Englebright. And so if you go out of the lines, you don't see it at all. See there? Do not see it at all. So now I'm going to take my paper trimmer and I'm going to cut off a row. And if I need more coloring after I cut it off, I want about 1 inch. Oh, that's a little over 1 inch. Okay, let me go back. This trimmer is really cool. So if you want to cut something down more, you can. So now it's 1 inch and I don't need to color anymore. I do too. I like to color too. It's very, I don't know, relaxing. So for me, I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to do it on the, I'm going to line the inside layer piece. But let me show you the card. I hope you like it. You matter to me. A water can pouring out the love and opening up like this. We probably did not, hi Virginia, we probably did not think of anything other than flowers, right? We have flowers, we have tulips. Oh, thank you for the hearts. We have tulips coming out of the water can. We have daisies coming out of the water can. Hi Janet. But now we have hearts flowing, love flowing out of the watering can. Notice that I just colored a little bit at the top where you would normally slit or stamp your flowers, just to give the feeling of the watering can being full of hearts. Then I put one on top of the watering can, and then I have them flowing, pouring out, and we're all together with a brad. So I'm just going to make this now and show it to you, how I did it. Okay, so let me get this down first. So this is I was telling you, this is 4 wide. Sprinkled just like my watering can. That's cute, Cookie. All right, so I'm cutting this to 4 inches wide, and I have this little piece left over that I am going to save because I colored it, and I'm not going to waste that. And we'll get that down right now. So there's a couple of techniques on this card. One of them is the little different fold there. That would have been perfect for Valentine's Day, wouldn't it? Anytime you want to show love, this card's going to be perfect. Okay. And then the other technique I'm going to show is the To Me. Oh, I wondered why I had my black marker out. Now I remember why. All right, so in the stamp set, here together. You matter to me. Well, I only want the to me. What? Where are you? It was right next. It was right where it was supposed to be. I just didn't see it. You matter to me. I just want the to me. So the first thing when you're going to use a stamp, only partial stamp, it's called omitting, is the actual name of this technique. But you need to make sure your stamp is clean so there's nothing on the you matter. And then you want to take your marker and you want to use the side of your marker and just swipe across the to me until you can read it very clearly because it has ink on it. And then you're going to stamp it. And because it's the only thing that has ink on it, it's the only image that will show on your project. Hold your paper and lift. To me. Okay, now we clean off our stamp because next time we go to use our stamp, there is black residue left on the to me. And if you were doing a different color, you might upset that color that you're doing, and so make sure you clean your stamp off. Okay, so I used the cherry cobbler blend, the granny apple green blend to color these in, and then the black to omit on the stamp. Now I can lay this down on the inside of my card, and the inside is finished. Another very simple card, but I think it's got quite a punch to it. I think it's adorable. One, I love red and black together. You guys know that. A lot of you do too. Okay, so we have this top here that allows us to fill up. We need to stamp our watering can, and I wasn't sure how I was going to like it in black, and I love it. So with black ink, you want the memento. There is the code number and page number. And I'm going to lay my stamp with the block on my table, the stamp looking at me, and I'm going to tap my ink pad across the watering can. Put my lid back on my pad, and then this is a scrap piece of paper, so I'm just going to arrange the stamp so it fits on the scrap so I don't waste anything. Let the ink soak in. Hold your paper and peel it back. Look how pretty that is. I just love that. Again, I'm going to clean my stamp because my stamp has been used quite a bit and you can't really tell if it has ink on it or not. So I better clean it every time I use it to make sure that the next time I use it, it's clean. Okay, we're going to come over to our mini cut and emboss machine, and the reason I'm using this one today is I wanted to remind you, if you didn't already know, or let you know, that this little machine is on sale this month for $48. But I even have a better idea. That's good. It's on sale. So if you want it now, you can get it on sale. But if you have a party, a workshop, you could possibly get a half price item where you could get either machine, the large or the small, the mini, for half price. So look at the price in the catalog. I think you have to have, is it a $300 party? I can't remember. I'd have to look it up. And then you get to select a half price item if you want it. The machine works exactly like the big one. It's just smaller. So because it's smaller, not all dies would fit in it. So just be aware of that. Okay, so there's the watering can. Now I'm going to take my red cardstock since I have my machine out. And I'm going to double it because I have one heart in this set of dies that comes in the together, what's the name of the bundle? I don't know, all together bundle. There's only one heart, but it's a perfect size. So I'm doubling my paper because Little Miss No Patience doesn't want to do one at a time. And I wanted to see if 2 at a time was a possibility. And if it was, I wanted to tell you guys that so you could save time by folding your paper in half for this specific die. And yes, it works perfectly. You just have to take them apart once you've cut them out. So let me see. I cut some out in advance. How many do I need? 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. What do I have here? 4, 5, 6. I need 1 more, but I'm not doing 1. I'm going to do 2. So that's pretty cool to know that you can double your paper with this heart. And this number on the handle that I've got covered up with my hand right now is the number of this machine. Okay, so there we go. Then You Matter is for the black cardstock. I'm going to place that on there, and there's a You Matter and Here for You in the Here for You dies, the set here. A You Matter and a Here for You. And I'm telling you, this is going to be used a lot. Nice font, yes. I love the font. Hi, Patty. Welcome. I'm going to go back just for the heck of it. It's not real intricate, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, especially on a live. Usually I only go through once. Pull that out. And now you're going to need take your pick tool or something pointy, a toothpick, something pointy, and you're going to push out all these little excess pieces that you don't need. And when you're trying to get your paper out of your die, if it doesn't just naturally fall out, then these little circles are what you push on. See how it pulls the paper out? And then you start to pull. But I'm going to keep trying to get these guys out. They're just easier for me personally to get out if I have the die there to reinforce the paper. So I get as many out as I can while it's on the die still. And you can see through there. When you can see clear, that means they're all out. Hi, Roseanne. Roseanne, were you here at the beginning of the, when I started? Let me know if you were here, yes or no, when I started. It's important that I know that. I have something that I want to tell you, but I told you at the beginning, but I don't know if you were here. So let me know if you were here. Okay. You matter. No, just logged in. Okay, Roseanne. You know how there's a prize every single month for the people that order from me? You get your name in a drawing. You won the Stripes and Splatters embossing folders. So I'm going grocery shopping after this live, and I'm going to stop by your house and put this in your little basket by your door. Congratulations. It's awesome. I love that folder set. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over to its backside, and I'm going to put glue on the Just Matters. Now, you can use the sticky sheets, which I probably should have done, and then I just have to pull those off. Yippee, you're welcome. And I wouldn't have to be doing this, but I didn't. So this is the next best thing. Just take me a minute to get it all full of glue. Janet, I've been having fun talking to Cindy. She's a sweetie pie. She's at work right now, or she'd be watching. She's watching replays now. So thank you for telling Cindy about Stampin' Up. I think we're going to have fun. All right, so let's get this picked up. Bring my card over and place You Matter right here. There we go. Love it. All right, I'm going to take my watering can and the fine tip. They're dual tip, the blends are. Hey, Maria. And you're going to be happy you got this set, Maria. I know you already are because you like the other samples, but here's another one you're going to love. Let me get all my other hearts up here that I cut out in advance. One's being stubborn. There we go. All right, so I'm going to take my dimensionals. And my dimensionals, this is just a Sharpie that I take and I make lines across, because a lot of the time when we have a lot of dimensionals on things, we have to ask ourselves, did we already pull off the paper backing? And if it has black or some kind of a marking on there, you'll know that you haven't pulled it off, and it just saves going back and testing. Not instead, Sharon, that's an excellent question. Not instead. I use writes for different things than I use blends. Blends are a truly more artistic type of marker. They blend together for shadowing, and they're alcohol-based, and so they stay on things. For instance, here's the card, by the way, Maria. For instance, Sharon, these are clear, what are they called? Well, they're like raindrops, but they're silver and clear epoxy essentials is what they're called in the catalog. And with my blends, I can color these any color I want, and it'll stay on. With my writes, it would wipe right off. Glitter on the hearts is a great idea. Yes, it would be. Excuse me. So, and then the other thing you can do with blends that you cannot do with markers, Stampin' Writes, is you can color all your ribbons. So I always tell my customers, if you want to start slow with ribbon, just buy a white or an ivory, and then if you have blends, you can make that white or ivory ribbon the color of your blends just by coloring right over it. It dries like almost instantly, and so blends are just awesome for a bunch of different things. All right, so now I'm going to go back to take my pick tool, and here I want to tell you to watch that your watering can is not off the edge of your card. So you're going to measure, you're welcome, you're going to measure that way. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here so it will stay still as I get the brad to hold it down. Okay, so we're watching for the edge of the card. There we go, like that. Okay. Now I'm going to take a brad. You could just leave it like that if you want. But I took a brad. And I opened, you know how this is flapped like a V. I just took I take your pick tool and made a little hole right here. And then I put my brad in there. Hi, Mary. And that holds it down really well, too. Now, the legs of the brad may be too long. And if they are, this is what I love about Stampin' Up! Brads. They're soft, so you can cut them. A lot of brads you buy at other stores. I'm not just saying it, it's true. If you have any, you'll know. Let me explain. So see how our brads, the legs, one is shorter than the other. So you can just pull and separate the legs. A lot of brads, the legs are the same length. So you get your fingernail in there and you end up cutting inside your nail because they won't come apart. They're really stiff and hard. And you can hurt yourself with them. So I just love that ours are so easy to handle. Okay, so here's the watering can. Now I'm going to take my hearts and I'm going to just put glue on them one at a time to decide my placement. So I want some glue here, and then I'm going to place it coming out of the watering can. Now what we're going to watch for now is that we do not put hearts too long down, longer than the card is. Why do I tell you that? Because the first time I did that. Learned from experience, right? Okay, so again, the top right little hump in the heart, and then I just angle it. Now Janet said glitter would be good on the hearts. So here's our Wink of Stella. And that makes the hearts glittery. Subtle glitter, or if you have other glitters that you would want to add adhesive onto your hearts and then sprinkle glitter, you could do that too. I just love this pen because it's so easy. All right, so maybe I should color these while they're on my mat, make it easier. Wink of Stella is a fun little shimmer tool. Okay. Okay, so now let's put something down on our card so when we start to add our hearts, we know we're not getting down too far. Okay. Of course, I put one of them that I didn't put glitter on. And then just dance them around, however you like them to be. As many as you want or as few. And then they need some time to dry. Yep, they need some time to dry, that's for sure. The reason I'm not using the technique I always talk about is put glue on them, let them set up, and then they'll just stick automatic, is because we're dancing them around and I'm afraid you might want glue in another spot. Mine, I happen to put them all, see how the heart has two humps in it. I always put it here on the right hump. But you never know. You might want to put it on the left hump and have it over here, see? So that's why I do it one at a time and then give it time to dry. Oh, I'm so glad you love it, Cookie. Good. Just pouring out the love, right? You matter to me. So cute. Now, this one has glitter on the hearts. And this one has the epoxy little water drops. These here, the clear, they're called Silver and Clear Epoxy Essentials, page 142. So which one do you like the best? When I first made it, I made it plain like this. Then I added one, which I still think I'm going to add one here. And then I got teardrop crazy, and I added one to every heart. But I'm not sure that I like them on every heart. So what do you guys think? I think it might be too much. Yes, add 1. Yeah, I like adding 1. See there? That's how I like it. But I wanted to show you, if you wanted to add a bunch, you could. So there we go. Okay. Yeah, the epoxies are really, really pretty. They have 2 different shapes, the raindrop kind of shape, and then this, what's that called, diamond shape. Okay, so there's that. And so we've got the omitting technique, the coloring of the DSP, making the watering can more than just a watering can for flowers, and using the collection all together, the dies here. And the heart is from that collection also. Right, let me show you something else. Here is an envelope, and the flap is stamped with the daisies from the flowering watering boots, or rain boots. And here's the Here For You from the All Together collection. Here for you, rain or shine. I promise. Can you believe that? I promise. Oh, I'm here for you. Not I'm. It just says, here for you, rain or shine. I promise. I love that. Oh, so cute. So the I promise is in the here together also. Now, the rain boots here were stamped on the All Together DSP. Let's see. There's all these different images. This one right here. So I just took a piece, inked up my boots in real red cardstock, ink, stamped it, used the die to cut them out, slit at the top, added the leaves, and added 2 bunches of daisies. There's the seed packet, and look at the little hand rake. Is that not adorable? Love it. And then the raindrop epoxies also, rain or shine. And then, oh, you guys remind me of the name of this die here. These dies here, we use them all the time. And then I promise inside with other flowers. I don't think we can go wrong with this set. I just don't think we can. Here's just a little sample of what I've made in the past. Here is today. And here's a real glittered up one with the raindrops. Contour dies. Thank you, Patty. All right. I hope I've inspired you a little bit. I hope I've taught you something. Oh, one more thing. This little heart, I cut out one. You remember I said don't throw away your little scrap piece after you cut this out? I cut a little heart, and look at this. This might be something you want to do too. This tote, well, with the raindrop on there, it won't stay, but very Mary Englebright. Right, Annie? Very merry. I love it. All right, hope it becomes available soon. What's not available soon? Oh, the rain boots. It will be, because they make those in Utah. Now, if it's saying the bundle's not available, then that might be the dies are stuck on the ocean somewhere. I'm not sure. But you can get the stamps right now. But if you want to save 10%, I know you want the bundle. So, yeah, just keep watching it. There we go. Any questions? Hi, Pam. I see no questions. I see hearts. That makes me happy. All right, my friends. We will see you on Sunday at 7. Have a nice week. Bye-bye.